Hello everyone, welcome to my space. My name is Temitope Adirayo and welcome to Rayo Space. We're going to talk about something very important today about food safety. It's a very important topic that I've hardly come across it in the internet these days, and we really need to talk about it, especially with our kids going to school and coming back with different kind of poison that are contacted through their other colleagues, and it might be from you that we don't know. So today I'm going to talk about some things that we might be doing wrongly, or that we might not even know that we are doing, that is causing poisoning in one way or the other, because the little thing that you neglect can goes a long way. And poison is an harmful substance in the body that can either injure or even cause the death, or can either cause death. Okay, let's ride on into the topic. Before we start, I would like to define food. And we all know food. Food is anything that will take into the body, be it drinks, water that we eat, and it nourishes our body, and we pass out the unuseful ones as excreta. And poison can be said to be something harmful that can cause injury or death of a person. And if you've gotten to this stage of this video and you've not scrolled by, thank you. That means you really want to know what I'm trying to say. Don't mind me. I'm just doing this for the first time, but I think you get the information I'm trying to say now. So if you are here and you've not scrolled at this moment, please do well to subscribe, like, and at the end of this video, if you find it worthy of sharing to your people or to your friends or family to get knowledge about this, then feel free to share. Thank you very much. So I will ride on to the topic. I will start with food poisoning. Food poisoning is any This is a nasty illness which usually happens in human, and it is said to occur from 1 hour to 72 hours after consuming a poisonous food. So you might be thinking that you have food poisoning, or you're reacting to something and you're like, it is what I ate yesterday. More, it might be what you've ate 3 days ago that is just affecting. So that is why we're talking about this, and we're getting some points, getting some knowledge about it. And symptoms of food poisoning are vomiting, diarrhea, nausea, stomach pain, and sometimes it leads to death. And in a case study we did while I was in course studying this course, we were told that someone actually died on food poisoning. What causes the death? Like, the parent has been storing piling of foods, they will cook for the week and put in the fridge, not knowing to the boy that the food he took from the fridge has been kept there or was stored some weeks ago. Took it out from the fridge, warm it up, and after eating it, developed complications. Before they could say Jack, the guy died. So that's why I'm going to be doing this video to educate us about how we can handle our food properly. How long can a food stays in the freezer or in the fridge, especially in the fridge, before consumption, and the temperature at which the fridge must be before, in order to determine if you are still going to consume that food or not. How we're going to properly handle our food. We know we deal with food, and in most cases we are busy. We want to cook and store up in the fridge for later, maybe days later or something. But if they are not stored properly, it might cause damage or chaos. And I pray we don't use our hands to destroy ourselves. So secondly, food poisoning is caused by mostly bacteria or germs, and it might be caused by viruses, might be caused by chemicals, might be caused by metals, can be caused by poisonous plants. So that will lead us to food hygiene. Food hygiene, how to properly handle our food, how to properly protect ourselves when we are handling foods, especially these days when you go to the shops to get foods, to get fruits, and some will write it's already been washed, and some people say, yeah, this fruit is being washed, ready to eat, and negligently we just take the fruit and eat. Are you sure that the washing process or procedure is right? Are you so sure that they handle it carefully the way you should before you eat them? I've had so many people said, yeah, we can eat them, it's ready. Said ready washed, so I don't need to wash. I can just consume. No, we still have to handle it properly. Sometimes go through some procedures to protect our food. So how do we protect our food? We have to protect our food from contamination from foreign objects, especially when we are cooking. Some things might drop in the food if your kitchen space is not properly cleaned. Some particles, even as far as your hair, can drop in food. So while handling food, you must pack your hair properly. If possible, cover it up with a hairnet, and that will go a long way. It will help to protect particles from dropping into your food, because some cases whereby pathogens are dropped inside food. Maybe it's given as far as sneezing into your hands, or coughing into your hand, and using that same hand to touch your food that you're still cooking. It can cause food poisoning. That's why we're talking about food hygiene and safety. You have to protect your food from any foreign object, whatsoever, that may want to drop on your food. And some of us, we are handling food, and that is when you want to clean, because you don't want your kitchen area to be dirty. You're taking a spray chemical, and before you know it, the spray is inside the food you're cooking. This can cause harmful substances to get into your food. Though you've boiled the food, you've cooked to a certain temperature, but some certain bacteria don't even die in the highest temperature. They only sleep. And once the temperature cools off, guess what? They are weak, and they are causing harm. And that harm is what is affecting us. We finish eating, and the next thing we are feeling, or we are getting in our body, is stomach ache. You finish eating and you're feeling like vomiting. That might be because while handling the food, some particles or some bacteria has entered, and when it's not properly handled after cooking, some of us, I know I'm guilty of it too, but I'm trying to change. Some of us, while we finish cooking, we just put in a pot or put in it there for hours. It's not supposed to be. We're supposed to pack up every food you cook. It's just supposed to cool for 2 hours outside, and after it's cool off, 2 hours after it's cool off, you put it in the fridge, so that anything that might want to grow in it will stop. Some of us, bacteria enters our food even before cooking it. You've put your food or fish in the freezer for a long time, and you want to defrost it, and the next thing, just put it on the cabinet like that. Bacteria grows there, and once the temperature that you're supposed to cook it is not up to that temperature, guess what? The bacteria stays, and after cooking, they wake up again, and they start multiplying. And the period in which bacteria grows and multiply is just 10 to 20 minutes. So every 10 to 20 minutes, each new bacteria are forming up. So the next thing is, we have to stop any bacteria. That's what I'm saying. Firstly, you protect the food, and once you are not able to protect the food, either while handling or before handling the food, before cooking the food, then we can stop it. How do we stop it? By cooking food to a certain temperature. When we'll get to a place where I will give out a draft on each temperature for cooking, about each temperature for the fridge, temperature at which the fridge is supposed to be, temperature at which the freezer is supposed to be, the temperature at which your cooking level is supposed to be, the room temperature, and everything that they meant. I will tell you about that maybe in the next video. It might not be in this one, but definitely I will give you a chart that will tell you. And if you want to write them down, I appreciate you could write them down, so that you'll be conscious while cooking your food. So what do I say now? That we stop it. The first one is protect your food. In as much it cannot be protected, we stop it. How do we stop it? We cook to a certain temperature, to the temperature whereby all the bacteria dies. Yes, and that applies to so many of our foods. We cook it to a temperature whereby all the bacteria die. And the next one, after stop, we kill the bacteria. That means once it gets to that temperature, harmful bacteria can never live again. They are dead. So that is that about food hygiene and safety. Then we have four type of food hazard. Let me give this out now. We have the microbial hazard, that is the bacteria. We have the physical hazard, where in our food we come in contact with the food and we drop particles in the food. And which one is it? What is bacterial hazard? Maybe, like I said before, you're coughing. Instead of you to cough in your elbow, you cough or sneeze in your hand while handling the food, and immediately you stop, you sneeze. Instead of you to wash the hand, you did not wash the hand, and you went back to your pot or to your food and you stir. And some of us, when we are handling food, we use our bare hand to turn foods. Guess what? The bacteria has just entered. You just introduced that bacteria into your food. And we have chemical contamination that I've said before with the spray. When you want to spray anything or you want to clean anything that involves chemical, make sure that your food are fully covered. If possible, take the food out of that environment. Take it out of the vicinity before you use your spray, because sometimes the spray, once it's pressed, that's why they call it spray. It's spread out. It doesn't stay where you put the chemicals. You don't pour, you spray it. And if you're not careful, you spray it, it will touch your food and you won't even know, because a little amount of it can contaminate your food and it will not even smell in the food sometimes, because the aroma coming from your food might overshadow it, whereas the chemical is inside. And the last one is allergens. These allergens, most of we blacks, we don't know that we have it. So many things that we're putting in our food that we don't really know that we are allergic to. We have to learn these allergens, and we have so many type of allergens. And allergies goes as far as once you eat them, some causes instant reaction. I've heard of someone I knew very well. He ate a bread from a certain place, and immediately he ate that bread, the lips swelled up. And he doesn't know that he's allergic to one component used to produce that bread. So we have to know different type of allergens and have to know if we are we react to any form of them. And the next one, we go to the benefits of what? Benefits of good food safety. What do you stand to benefit if you protect your food, if you cook your food in the right temperature, if you give your food, if you have a very hygienic preparatory level, cooking level, and after cooking? Most of us, we tend to keep our food good and nice before cooking. We prepare it, and most of us, we clean as we are cooking, we clean along, we do this. But after cooking, what happens? Some of us will just pack and put in the fridge. But after cooking, we still need to protect our food from this harmful chemical, because bacteria or viruses, when they come in contact, they don't die easy. That is one thing about the bacteria. They don't die easy. So why do we have to have good food safety? Why do we have to protect our food? Let's put it that way. Prevent food poisoning, as we all know. We have to protect our food to prevent food poisoning. We don't want to get in contact with food poisoning, especially when it comes to kids. We can tell ourselves, oh, I'm having stomachache, I think I ate something that I'm reacting to. What about a baby that can't even talk, or that can't even express his or her feeling or how he's feeling, except from the fact that they cry when they are uncomfortable? So we have to protect ourselves, protect our kids, protect our loved ones, protect anyone we are serving food, especially for people that are handling food in large scales. In countries whereby the regulation doesn't even care, you do your thing and you serve. But there are some countries that they are strict. Even when you do online sales, they come to check your environment. But there are some countries whereby even when you have a shop or a booker, they don't even come to see what is happening there. You just sell to the normal public. And once the food is poisoned, just guess what? How many people will be poisoned? The whole public that comes to eat your food. So we have to prevent food poison. That is the benefit of food safety. Number 2, prevent contamination. Prevent food from being contaminated, either when cooking or after cooking. Number 3, you stay on the good side of the law. I know some countries are like, nobody comes to check me. No, but there are some countries that are strict with their laws. They don't joke with the law. And we don't want to get on the bad side of the law. And the laws goes as far as shutting down your business if you're not careful. And number 4, it promotes good reputation. When your food is good, the environment is better. People will tell people, do you know that shop? Do you know where that restaurant? They sell good food and they have good environment. Like everywhere is neat. They handle their food properly. I remember when we were growing up then, I don't like going to one of these people to buy food, though we hardly buy food outside. My mom makes sure that she cooks for us. But once in a while, when we don't cook or something, we have to go outside. The environment smells, the environment alone is a no. So when you have a good and decent place, even if it is not big, make sure that your environment is kept clean. When you're handling your food after cooking, make sure you clean all equipment used, not to be soaked in water for 3 days, for 2 days. Now there are so many DIY quick method to wash up your plate, to even when it's burnt and everything, to clean it up. Okay. And good working condition for staff, for those that have large scale, or those that have companies, or that have eateries, that have restaurants. It improve business for those that have restaurants and all. It increase the shelf life of food. Once you handle your food carefully, you handle your food well, it will increase the shelf life of the food. I hope I'm passing information, or I'm passing knowledge to some people. Thank you. If you know you're enjoying and you're still on this, you can comment below. And just to chip this in, if you're doubting or you have some questions about food safety that you might want to ask me, you might drop it under the comment section. And one of these days, we can have a live video where we can chat, or I respond. When I see those questions, immediately I'll respond to them. And if they are not clear enough, we can have a live video where we can discuss about it, in-depth topic about it. Or if you want a topic that I'm not saying now, or you want a knowledge about a topic, or anything, questions, anything you think that, oh, I want someone to share light about it for me, then you're in the right place. Because I'm not just saying this based on my knowledge alone or what I've read. I'm actually certified on food safety. I've done a course and I'm certified on it. And I'm also a nutritionist. I studied nutrition and dietetics in school. So anything that deals with food, that relates with food, I guess you're in the right place. Thank you for tuning in. And in the next video, we'll be discussing so many other things that are not discussed. Let me chip this in. This topic might run for might have like 10 sections if I'm not mistaken. So I have the book with me. I have my jotted topics. I have everything I'm going to discuss about in each of the classes, or each of the videos. Don't let me say class, I'm not in a class. In each of the videos, just feel free, comment below. And if you enjoy what I'm saying, if I have not been blabbing to your ears, I appreciate if you subscribe and like. Thank you. See you again in our next class. Bye.